Welcome back to DjinnGamingTv. And today we're going to be going over what I did to complete the main game and what we're going to be doing going into mapping. Alright, so I chose to pick a dagger class with the new assassin ascendancy. Right now we just went with our power charges to gain extra critical. We have, when we're in combat, we have near 100% critical chance. Like 92% critical chance. This makes the multiplier. We need to dump a lot of points in the multiplier. In the future, we're going to be going with for the jugular, which gives us a critical multiplier against enemies that are not on low life, and 100% critical chance against enemies that are on low life. So, yeah. We don't really need the critical chance, but that multiplier is pretty nice. And we'll have Culling Strike, so we won't have to gain Culling Strike from something else. I think even though this poison ascendancy is pretty strong, guys, I recommend this, but if you've pre-calculated for it. The infused toxins passive note here is incredibly powerful. All damage can poison. If you couple this with elemental damage, which has the highest form of damage output for melee weapons right now, cold, fire, and lightning, it will absolutely obliterate. But keep in mind, you also have to have poison chance. So yeah, it can poison, but you still have to find your poison chance from something, whether it be your skill tree, items, or etc., etc. We obviously, since we're going to go with power charges, we need to grab all the power charge nodes we can on the tree. We're going to make our way over here, and we're going to grab Discipline of the Forbidden, which gives us minimum power charges, and this will help scale our damage. 3% increased damage per Endurance Frenzy or power charges. Yeah, and increased duration. We'll also need increased duration. The damage we're achieving here is only through critical multiplier and critical chance here. I don't have any damage numbers in elemental skills yet. We had to have a Val skill because we are running Frost Blades. Accuracy, make sure you have 100% accuracy, even on invasive monsters. And since we're running Frost Blades, lethality works, gives our projectiles more damage with more multiplier, more critical chance, more critical damage. We didn't really need this 100% critical chance while dual wielding, but we needed these multiplier nodes. And since I was only one skill point off, we want to go ahead and block spell damage because we have less since we're dual wielding. Made our way over here, we grab Ambidextrity because this is just way too powerful of a node not to take, especially if you're dual wielding. Increase attack damage with main hand while dual wielding, and increase attack speed with offhand while dual wielding. Incredibly potent passive. After that, you're going to want, I'm going to go for evasion. Definitely going to want evasion. You guys, if you go for this build, you're going to want to make sure you have near maximum evasion, if not maximum evasion, so you get the most benefit out of being elusive. And this build does capitalize on elusive. Right now, out of combat damage is 56k, and we haven't even started mapping yet. And like I said, we don't have any damage percentages. This is just hard numbers, crit chance, and crit multiplier. Right now we have crit chance is 78.9 out of combat. Critical multiplier 446 out of combat. And right now what we're running, we did get lucky enough to have a 5-link drop, and not only did a 5-link drop, but it got a really good roll for such a beginning part of the game. Evasion, double evasion roll, maximum life, regen, chaos resistance, increased stun block recovery, and lightning resistance. Right now we're running Frost Blades, Night Blade, faster attacks, Enerviate, and critical strike support. We could potentially switch this out, but I don't really want to because we want that shock chance. We want that shock chance. We want that added damage, and we're definitely going to want to scale that while running Frostblade, freeze and shock. Right now, we're going to keep it at faster attacks, and then eventually we're going to go with Trinity support for our 6th link. And we may potentially, depending on how fast we're attacking, we might switch out faster attacks for the crit multiplier skill gem. So that's what we have so far. Defensively, we're suffering a little bit, but like I said, this will be resolved. And for those of you that are just getting a mapping and you are novices, this should be your priority right here. Fire, cold, lightning. If not, you might suffer unnecessary and unwanted deaths, and this could be discouraging. So make sure that you have 75 or near 75 resistances before going into any tough maps. Wide tier maps, 1 through 5, you should be all right if you don't run into any incredibly rare, powerful monsters. But if not, you're a novice, you don't have really the skills to play the game, you're just starting out, you don't really know that much, you might want to consider switching out and getting more resistances. Evasion needs to be higher. As I said, mine's really low right now. But yeah, evasion 37%. Our shrouds have ghost shrouds to help us, which is this skill over here. This Ghost Shroud dance cannot recover energy shield to above evasion rating, but every 2 seconds gain a Ghost Shroud up to 3. When hit, lose a Ghost Shroud to recover energy shield equal to 3% of your evasion rating. So as long as it's not chaos damage, this will help us stay alive. And our helmet, you're definitely going to want energy shield on it, because there's a node over here, 100% increased energy shield from equipped helmet. So this alone, coupled with Ghost Dance, can give us a reasonable amount of energy shield to help us with our life pool. As long as, like I said, as long as it's not chaos damage, because chaos damage cuts through energy shield completely, unless stated otherwise or mitigated in some way, shape, or form. We're also going to try to grab some attack damage leashes life. And when you're going with this, since we're using elemental damage, make sure you pick the nodes that say 1% of attack damage leashed as life, 1% of attack damage leashed as mana. Because some of these leech nodes say physical, 1% of attack physical damage leashed as life. Make sure you don't overlook the specifically stated nodes here. And for our auras, we're also running Precision, Herald of Thunder, and Herald of Ice. Eventually, we could potentially incorporate Herald of Fire, but right now, we're not doing that. And it might be more effective for us to run the aura that gives us more evasion, which is a 50% cost multiplier to our mana pool. And this can be mitigated by lowering the cost of our skills and increasing reservation efficiency of our skills. So that's what we're working with going into mapping. Until next time, this has been a Jin Gaming video. Much love, peace out.